Good day, everybody. I absolutely love coming on and doing these Q&As. They're so much fun. And even if only one person has asked me a question, I recognize that I really, really enjoy coming on and letting the energy flow so that others can answer, ask questions, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, let's settle the energy. So feel into your beautiful heart space and take a breath. Feel your heart space continue to expand. Keep taking breaths. Feel it expanding, expanding, expanding. Beautiful. In this beautiful space, in this sacred container, allowing for the expansiveness, the questions to come in, the answers to flow, asking our mind, body, and soul to step into accepting, trusting, and believing. Asking to be open with no expectations, no limitations, being okay with the outcome, recognizing the power of the I am the outcome, and feeling very grounded in the questions that are coming through, in the answers that are being delivered, and the power of who you are in this space, the power of who you are in your everyday life, the power who you choose to be moving forward. And having said that, hi everybody, I'm Sandra Pelli the Sandini, Inner Peace Mentor, the Dragon Ally, Visionary of the Guide Academy, and the Galactic Shaman. There's something really powerful about breathing my way through all of that and really owning it. And that's what I'm choosing to do right now. I'm really choosing to own who I am in a way that I never have before, in a way that that my world, my life, my existence, my community, all these different things that come together for myself, and recognizing myself in the energy of this, all of this has brought me to this space, to this moment in time, if you will, in this moment of consciousness where I am really recognizing my power. And so that's what I offer to you today as well in the answering of your questions. So let's get started. That sounds like oh man, I can picture the band, the woman and the guys. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Can you feel the energy? Yay! So I'm going to answer the beautiful Sue's first, and I'm going to answer that at roughly 3 minutes in. So here we go. Her question is, what do my guides want me to know about my art journey? Wow, that's a nice, beautiful, powerful, powerful question. What do my guides want me to know about my art journey? So before I get started, I want you to first of all, actually, this is part of it. Um, recognize what I've got on, what I've written on here as my title, Sandra Pelli, the Dragon Ally. I'm stepping into this Q&A. I've cleared our beautiful energy. I've grounded us, but I'm also very consciously aware of the dragons that I am connected to. I have spoken in the past about at least two dragons. Sorry. Yeah, there's two dragons. One very specifically is the Source Dragon, and it comes in, and the Source Dragon is a card from um, the Dragon Oracle deck by Diane Cooper, I believe is who it's from. Anyway, the dragon has its upper limbs out, and it's got this galactic energy there, and it shows me in that answers, symbols, if you will, that I use to help you. Um, and I mean you as in collectively, all of you, as I'm doing this Q&A. And immediately, Sue, with you, I'm seeing this paintbrush. And it's not a paintbrush like you would paint a house. It's more of a paintbrush that you would dip and you would use it in beautiful strokes. There's something about breast strokes. I was going to say breast strokes. So there's something about your heart energy that's coming in as well. You have been on this beautiful journey, really discovering who you are. In discovering who you are, you're starting to understand who the artist is beneath that. It's like I am the inner peacemaker, and that inner peacemaker is because I found inner peace within myself, and now I'm able to help mentor other people with that. The dragon ally, I am the dragon ally. I can feel the energy of all these dragons around me and how I can work with each one of them. There's something about this artist handle, if you will, label, if you want. There's some very powerful piece that you're being asked to recognize and claim who you are as you step into the energy of doing your artwork. That's what your guides want you to know. Very, very powerful. Let me think. Let me feel into the energy if there's anything else. So that's what I'm seeing is the paintbrush, and there's something about the breaststroke, and the breaststroke is swimming. So it's how are you flowing through life as a swimmer? Sorry, not as a swimmer, as an artist. It's so funny because I can feel the energy of doing the breaststroke, right, or the butterfly stroke. Breaststroke, I think, is like this. Butterfly is when you're flipping your arms over. So there's something about bringing that heart energy out into the stuff that you do. You are doing that, but it's now about claiming who you are as the artist. So I am the dragon ally. There's an incredible feminine, this beautiful woman who does beautiful artwork with welding and metal, and she's the divine feminine alchemist, and that is something she claims, she uses, she steps into the persona of that as she does her work. That's what's coming through from your guides for you, is claiming that title of who you are, even if all you know at this moment is that you are the artist rather than a artist or an artist. Claiming the artist as you do your work. Wow. Super, super powerful. Loving the energy of that. And then another Sue. So that first one was for Sue Miller. This second one is for Sue Senden. I'm just going to see what time it is. Is just almost 8 minutes. I'm going to write 7. That way you're definitely cluing in. When will it all wrap up so I can move south? Sell stuff and house, will it be very successful? So there's 2 questions in that. And the first one I'm going to answer is actually the second part of that, and that is that piece about will it be successful? Success is in the eye of the beholder. Okay. So for myself, and I'm going to use myself as the example here, I have been wanting for 23 years to bring my husband home from work with my business, meaning that I become the main breadwinner. On one hand, you could say that I am totally unsuccessful at that. And I'm going to erase that M. I feel unsuccessful at that on one hand. On the other hand, and I love the throat chakra stuff coming up, I have shifted in such a massive way in these last 2-3 weeks that I know with 100% certainty that my goal has amped up massively in that. I'm no longer having this random, I want to bring my husband home from work. It has now become, I want to bring my husband home from work in 6 months. So there's a definitive end goal to that. And there's a whole different energy to what I'm doing because I'm stepping into this differently. Do I look at the past as I failed? No, I look at it as being very successful because it's brought me to this position where I really recognize that the stuff that I have been doing have brought me to this point and this ability to step into this in a way that I know now I am ready to do exactly that. So when you talk about success, will this sale be successful? Um, there's at least 2 parts of that. Will it move stuff out of your house so you can move? That's a huge success. Yes. If you're looking at the financial abundance, the energy of that is being open with no expectations, no limitations, of being okay with the outcome, because you're seeing things from one perspective and the buyer is seeing it from their own perspective. So it's whoever is looking at it, they're going to know whether they've got a good value for their dollar or whether they've overpaid or whatever the thing is. And that's neither here nor there. It's more about the success. And it's so interesting that I'm talking about the success here, because success has so many different aspects to it. Will it be successful? Yes, I actually am envisioning a relatively empty house. So, yes, I feel the energy of it being successful. It will have accomplished what you have set out to do. It will have emptied the house in one way or another of the things that are holding you back currently from making this move. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the beginning of this question. And the beginning of this question is, when will it all wrap up so I can move down south? Well, again, notice that I said something very specific about my goal of bringing my husband home, and that it is stretched out for 23 years. The same can be said for your house. You have a beautiful group of people who have been following you, witnessing you, giving you kudos for what you've accomplished. And in that, we've also really recognized how long you've possibly been talking about this move. And things are really starting to come down to crunch. You personally are now more ready than ever to make that move. So the thing is set a date. Say 6 months, say 3 months, say a year. Give it a definitive date or a random date. I'm saying 6 months, but I've given when I sat down with my husband last night, and I'm going to take a step back. When I went to sleep 2 nights ago and didn't sleep all night, only had 2 hours of sleep. My mind was running around all the scenarios of the financial stuff. And I put together this, okay, if we do this over the next 6 or 7 months, then this is what we can do. And this is without taking me into the, like, bringing my finances into it. This is just what we could do with his finances. And, where we would sit in 6 or 7 months. So that 6 or 7 months, I've used May 5th and May 28th as the kind of two dates. May 5th actually happens to be our 40th wedding anniversary, and May 28th is his 63rd birthday. So I'm using those two auspicious dates as goal lines, not deadlines, goal lines for moving forward with this. So very, very powerful. So hopefully that helped you to get some answers. When will I wrap it up so I can move down south? You've been very long and drawn out. You are closer to crunch, and now you got a sale date for with regards to the stuff. You are going to set a date of connecting with a realtor, if you haven't already done that, to do the first steps of getting that onto the market, and set a date of when you want to be sold by, or set a date of when you want to be moved by, just like I too have done. Okay, very, very powerful. Beautiful. Judici. I am answering my beautiful Spanish friend at 13 minutes in. Hello, you beautiful soul, you. I'm changing it to English for myself to read. So she asks, what should I know about my future? So this is Judici. She lives over in Cuba. What should I know about my future? Now, I know that you don't speak fluent English, so let me just, first of all, reach out to my dragon. And I'm seeing a key and a keyhole for you. Okay. And I know that there's a lot going on for yourself. One is your sons and the magic of your sons. Both sons are very, very gifted. One shines very brightly with his artwork, and the other one has yet to discover his gifts, per se. So, who are you in this? Who are you? Udisi, who are you? What do you want? I feel a lot of emotions coming up in that. And it's interesting because that's all I feel is these emotional emotions coming up. I want to cry because it's that recognizing that you have been in service to your family for a long time, and it is your turn to shine. What do you want? What do you want? Who do you want to be? That's what your future holds. What is your passion project? When I say passion project, what I mean by that, and maybe what I'll do is I'll write those words under your under here so that you can look it up and see what it means in Spanish because it might be easier for you to what's the word I'm looking for? It might be easier for you to get something from a Spanish uh, um, equivalent, I guess. So passion is what is coming from your heart. What are the things that you absolutely love to do? The project part is it's like me. This Q and A's. That's a passion project for me. I love doing these Q and A's, questions and answers. I really love doing these. It's a passion project. It's also a passion project for me to go out and do my mountain biking. It's a passion project that we did our incredible van. We converted our van for ourselves. What is your passion project? Because that is going to help you to discover who you are and what your future holds for you. Such a powerful question. Thank you for asking a question. I was so excited. You have no idea. When I noticed that come over, I think you asked that yesterday. I was like, yay! So thank you, Judici. I love you. I hope to see you again. One of my big goals is to come to Cuba and work with the EC. I would definitely be seeing you, of course, and ideally your sons, and working with the people, bringing in a retreat and having these beautiful souls do some hands-on healing work with the communities there. So that's my passion project. I've been thinking about that for a long time. I've actually spoken to EC about it already in the past. So it's a matter of getting some of these things in place. So now my community knows what I'd like to do as well. So if you ever want to go to Cuba, any of you, know that I'm creating a retreat, a hands-on retreat. We're going to do a week's worth of work, meaning you're going to probably get 3 days, 4 days of uh, training or learning, if you will, hands-on. And then we're going to go out into the community with EC's help and do hands-on with the communities. And that just feels so incredibly magical to me. Yeah, beautiful. Alejandra, okay, yours is answered 18 minutes in. Okay, Alejandra, does Spirit have a message for me today? Does Spirit have a message for me today? First of all, I just really want to honor you, Alejandra. Um, I love I love the energy I feel when I say your question back, when I reflect your question back to you, because I can feel the connection that you have with spirit. And that's what's coming through very, very strongly is this very deep intrinsic connection that you have with spirit. And spirit recognizes it, spirit honors it, and spirit would like you to um, spread your wings more. That's what they're showing me is wings being spread. I'm not sure. I'm going to take myself off camera for just a second and show you something. So just bear with me here. Keep looking at the screen, and I want to show you. That picture is so magical. I remember where I was. I remember the day. I remember the year. I remember a conversation I had with somebody. Actually, the very first person whose question I answered today, Sue Miller. I wasn't far from there when I had a huge realization, and she was the one who helped me to walk through that realization. Anyway, you saw those wings. You felt the power of that picture. You have wings. Right now, they're furled. Unfurl them, open them up, and start to live for you. This is a big message today. This seems to be the underlying current of this question and answer is that living for yourself, finding your passion project. I know that I'm getting to know you more and more. You've been we've been having some private messages through Facebook Messenger and things. So just getting to know each other better, and it's a right now you are being asked to discover who you are. What is your passion project? And it doesn't matter if it's a great big one or if it's just something really small. A passion project could be the fact that right now I have probably 200 stuffed bear patterns on my floor that are brand new that I have to either put in a box or take pictures of to get them online to sell them. That could be a passion project. For one, it's doing two things. One, it's cleaning up the stuff. Actually, it's doing three things: cleaning up my living room. Two, it's helping to do something that I think is far more valuable with these patterns than what was going to originally happen to them. I got these from my mom. My mom is healthy on one hand, she's alive, but on the other hand, she will never do anything with these patterns ever, and they're all brand new, and her husband was going to put them in a box and take them to a secondhand place like Value Village or one of these type of things and just drop them off in their bin and leave them there. For myself, I couldn't do that. And so I sold a whole swack of them the other day. And this is money now that I'm using towards my current passion project. So see how it's kind of got all these different pieces that come into play. So, what is your current passion project for you? That's what's coming through. Okay. That's what spirit wants to tell you. So powerful. Okay. Colleen, 22 minutes in, I'm guessing here or there. I am feeling quite a high vibration right now. Is there anything coming through with regards to what creative avenue I should venture with? I love this. I love this. Like you can't make this stuff up. Every one of your guys' questions has been around like the passion project type of energy or discovering how you want to move forward, being creative. What does the future hold? What does my art want me to know? Da, 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 da. So it's just, I love this. I love this. I'm going to read that out loud again. I'm feeling quite a high vibration right now. Is there anything coming through with regards to what creative avenue I should venture with? I want to address the higher vibration first of all. I love that because it means that, when we talk about 3D, 5D, and then there's all these other ones, we have a higher self at every one of these dimensions, if you will. Okay. And when we're talking about moving from 3D into 5D, third dimension into fifth dimension, third dimension is what we live here on a day to day basis when we have no idea really about any of these other things, the 5D, etc. But also to when we get caught up on our 3D living, on our living, you know, I got to go do the dishes. I need to vacuum. I need to go to work. I need to get the kids ready for school. That's all kind of 3D stuff. But the 5D energy is this higher vibration. It's this getting closer to our higher self energy. It's this the feeling that we approach the feeling we approach the 3D way of living with instead. Meaning that, you know what? I said something about vacuuming. Well, personally, I absolutely love vacuuming because my house looks so much better afterwards. And that's powerful. So I love the vibration of what vacuuming does for me. That's 5D. That's that higher vibration, that higher frequency that you're just talking about there. So you are approaching life differently if you're feeling this higher vibration. Flow with that. Okay. And then I'll answer that yes, the creative energy does come in because you are choosing to live in that energy of that. Okay. So it's just like, when I've talked about those bear patterns, the stuffed patterns that I've got there, um, I could have just put them in a box. I could have just said, you know what, that's a lot of work. But you know what? I came home instead and I laid them out on my floor and I realized that I probably had close to 400 patterns. of all sorts of different animals, of different stuffed people, of fairies, all kinds of really cool stuff. And to think that this stuff might have ended up in either the garbage or in a secondhand store without any love in it, that saddened me, because I know my mom bought them with this beautiful idea of the things that she was going to create, these passion projects she was going to create. So when I look at these patterns, I want to sell them to people who truly will use them, or will, or know who they want to use them for. And I'm getting all mixed up with the financial part of that. Anyway, um, there is creative juice coming through. Colleen, bear with me here a moment as I feel into the energy of that. Okay, so it's interesting because the last Q&A in October, there was a question that came through that the answer was, is it your passion project? And the answer coming from that person was they recognized that it was their husband's passion project. So that's what's being coming through here. It's not your husband's passion project. That's not what's coming through. What's coming through is, again, what is, when we talk about the creative avenue, we get creative, we connect into it when we have a connection to it. So these 3 vans that I've had in the last however many years, those are passion projects. And when I talk about them being passion projects, it means that it wasn't just my husband's passion project. It was also, what's the word I'm looking for? It was also, not only did he want to do it, I wanted to do it. So the energy of the combined energy of us in this was so powerful, because it's both of our passion projects. So if you're doing something with somebody else and it's so much their passion project, it's more difficult to be a part of that, because we're outsiders. Yes, we want so much for them to succeed, but we're not intrinsically involved, and that's what you're being asked. Thank you, guys. You're being asked to recognize and be involved in what is your passion, to really pull into what is your passion. Okay. Very, very powerful, powerful piece there. Wow. I'm going to put something in the comments, guys. I got a small ask. Do you mind subscribing to my YouTube channels? I would really super, super appreciate that. That's my call to action today. I have 2. One is my Sandra Pelli Sandini. That's the spiritual one. And then I've just started one that my husband and I are going to be doing, that is about, first of all, it has 2 videos on there so far about the conversion of our vans. I'm going to add the 3rd one, this Sprinter van. And then it's going to have our travels. And believe me, there's not a lot of 60-year-old travelers out there living in their vans. So really looking forward to doing that. So yeah, if you don't mind subscribing to my 2 channels, that would be most appreciated. Okay, so let me now go look at the feed to see if I can see any questions on this. Good morning, Amanda. How are you today? I just wanted to tell you. Let me. Okay, so let me now go look. That's loud. If you have a question, feel free to add a question into there, Amanda. That would be wonderful. I just wanted to say how proud I am of you, though. I've been witnessing you, I've been watching you, and I am just so proud of how you are grasping life, living life, and it's very, very magical. And I noticed too that we have a mutual friend, Carl. I absolutely adore and love Carl, so it tickled me that he is one of your friends on Facebook as well. That was kind of cool to witness. Okay, anybody else have anything? Otherwise, I'm going to wind this up. So Amanda, if you have a question, please write down your question. I'm going to do a, okay, thank you. So I'm in the energy of this, thank you, Marielle. I saw yours there as well. In the energy of this, before I saw Maria's, I felt the energy of you know how I do the one-liners coming in, and I could feel the energy of the source dragon. And the source dragon had all these astrological things floating around in its beautiful galactic energy, and that's like the moon and the stars and the planets and what have you. So I just wanted to mention to you that energetically, we have really been, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Energetically, we have been asked to look more recently at the shadows from all different angles. And I say that because we had a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse. We had both of these eclipses occur, as well as a full moon in there as well, and a new moon. So we've had a lot of things happen really, really quickly, like a lot of energy kind of jostling us around. And that's kind of been the underlying theme of this whole Q&A. It's the passion project. It's the recognizing how far we've come in the energy of the things that we've been doing, and that it is now is the moment. Like I've said, I've been wanting to bring my husband home from work for 23 years. I'm now choosing to do it in the next 6 months. So that's a massive, massive shift in energy, but it's also because I'm ready to do that. So Sue, she asked about what does her future hold with the artist energy kind of thing. Well, she's being asked to claim who she is. Like each one of you guys have been really asked to kind of step into the energy of that discovering self. Self discovery is what's coming in. So powerful. I have some really cool podcast people coming up here in November as well. I'll be sending out an email shortly about that. Okay, so Maria, I would love a message from Spirit. I was going to put that up on there. Where show there. I would love a message from Spirit. Let me get out of the way. And I have to say that, you notice I say that to some people very specifically. And I want to be very upfront about part of the reason why I do that. One is sometimes I am very conscious of like, how does this want to come through? There's a couple things coming through, and I'm giving you this extra information, if you will, these other pieces of this information, if I may, so that you understand how I work with the divine, how I work with the guides, and also to how you could be doing your own things with the stuff. So one is, first of all, is really recognizing, um, I would love a message from Spirit, really recognizing my own energy in that. I know this person very closely. I want so much, so much, so much for her. And when I say I'd like to take a step back, it's so that I'm not influencing this in this, oh, do this, because I want this to come from the divine. I don't want this answer to come through me specifically, like from Sandra Pelly. I want the energy to be very much of the divine. So that's one of the reasons why you hear me say I'm going to take a step back here. It's not that I'm taking a step back and I'm not connecting any longer. It's just so that the energy can come in a different way. Very, very powerful. So bear with me here a moment. Maria asks, I would love a message from Spirit. So the divine source dragon, sorry, the source dragon, I love this galactic energy that it shows me. It is actually showing me a coil book and a pen. So there's something about you writing down, whether it's automatic writing or whether it's these are the things that I want to do, like a list of 50 things that you want to do. It's to get clarity. So there's spirit wants you to do some writing. I'm in an accountability with a beautiful soul, Mary, and she was talking this morning about how she read an email that talked about writing 100 words, and that just was, in this case, it was writing 100 words on a daily basis so that you're creating your book. I'm not saying go create a book, Maria. Just an FYI, that's not what's coming through. What I'm saying is that when you write things down, you start to get clarity. I was thinking about this yesterday because I was showing her, I have this book here. I have this book here. I have these couple pieces of paper here. I have this book here. I have three books over here. And It's like I do a lot of writing, but the clarity that I've been getting is so magical, so powerful. So there's something being said to you about writing things down, whether that's journaling or whether that's gratitude list. But the thing that came through first and primarily was that making a list of the things that you want. Okay. Um, and it shifts and it changes. It's like you can think about the things that you want for your house. You can think about the things that you want to do traveling. You can think about the things that you want to wear. You know, there's so many things. Maybe it's how you want to feel. Okay. So that's what's coming through for you, Maria. Beautiful question. Thank you. And I forgot to write what time in we were on that. So I'm guessing, where's your name? There it is. I'm guessing that was at roughly, whoops, that's not what answered. Let's say 30 minutes in. Okay. Thanks, Maria. Appreciate that. Okay. So the next person in line is Lisa. Oh my gosh, yay! Lisa, congratulations. So Lisa actually for the very first time asked a question last week, and it was about going to her boss and asking for a raise and a promotion. And I gave her whatever divine guidance came through on that October Q&A, and look what happened. My manager is in support of me getting a raise and a promotion. Congratulations. I'm so excited for you. So her next question now today is about relationships. So I'm just also going to mark on here. Thank you guys for your patience. When I'm bouncing back and forth like this, it is uh, it's a little trying, I imagine, to be witnessing on your end. So I appreciate this, you guys. So I'm answering this 37 minutes in. I know that that's a rough guesstimate of how far in. Question, get a message about relationships. You know, I'm feeling the energy of you hugging someone. And ultimately, it's so interesting because I can feel the energy of you, and and I've got this visual of you. So in this dragon source galactic energy, I get this picture of you, and say this is your arms. I'm actually gonna have to use the other hand so you get the actual visual. So I'm getting this picture of you, and you got your arms around this person, okay? And that person's arms is also around you, and you're very much facing the right energy. I know it looks like it's left because of the way the camera flips things, but you're facing the right energy, and right is about present energy for me anyway. It's about present energy. So there's something about relationships right now in the energy, and I can see your grandson's energy standing behind this person. So I'm not sure if that means that in your involvement with your grandson, this is going to open up the pathways of how this person comes to you. That's the energy of what I'm feeling. Yes. Cool. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, so there's something about that. And I mean, me, Sandra Pelly, this is where I'm now stepping into it and really getting involved. I know Lisa well. Lisa, Lisa, I taught her how to make a pumpkin pie. And I remember how totally excited she was when I took out the blender to mix up the flour and the shortening, because it was like, whoa. I remember how in awe she was of that, because it never crossed her mind to do something that was that simple. So I'm glad that this is coming through, because it is in the simple things. The simplest thing that you can do right now for relationships is love yourself. Okay, Lisa? And that brings up so much emotion in me. I love that. She just wrote that. I still use the blender, and my crusts are so good. Lisa, that was such a magical, magical memory for me. And also too, to have you, I'm gonna get emotional. Um, this is happy tears. Um, That was probably one of the last Thanksgivings that we had in that house. So it's such an incredible memory to be able to share with you and share with the community too. Thanks, guys. Oh gosh, that was just, it was so, to watch her light up, to watch you light up, Lisa, was magical. So light yourself up, loving yourself, okay? Wow. Okay. So there's our pumpkin pie story. Hi, Gentry. Okay. I left you a message on Messenger. Okay, thanks, Amanda. Is that something you want me to go look at? Oh, good. Good. I'm so glad. So Maria said she's going to take up writing again. Okay. Leslie. Hi. I'm so glad you're here, Leslie. Your last one was pretty wild. I really hope that that helped you. Okay. So interesting that I'm remembering the last ones too. Okay. So Leslie would love to get a message. Okay, stepping into the energy of this. Okay, I'm just looking at the time because I have a class. Leslie, I'm feeling the energy. It's so interesting because I'm feeling the energy that was very similar to Lisa's, in that here you are and you're hugging something, but what it is a teddy bear. It's this beautiful life-size teddy bear. So there's something about being gentle with yourself right now, and real teddy bear energy. And what does teddy bears mean for you? There's something about that. That's the message. Very short, very sweet. But there's something about teddy bear energy coming up for you right now. What does teddy bears mean for you? Okay, beautiful. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Okay, I just kind of glanced at your message there, Amanda, as I flip between screens. I do want to connect with you, so yeah, let's connect soon. Okay. Okay, let's flow through here. Gentry, Gentry, do you have a question? I think I've answered all of them otherwise. So Gentry, if you have a question, that would be magical. Write it down there. Oh, Melissa, there you are. Melissa has one. Okay, so how far are we into here? 42 minutes. Melissa, I saw you respond on something in the Soulful Empowerment group the other day. That warmed my heart. Thank you so much. I love it when people that live close to me are a part of my world here too. So Amanda lives in my town. Melissa lives in my town. Lisa lived in my town. Gentry, I've been at two of her houses. I just love the energy of that. Maria, I'd love to come to your house. You never know. One day I very likely might. And same with you, Leslie. You never know. I might be in your area sometime, right? Okay, so Melissa. Okay, just kind of feeling into the energy. And it's so interesting because the first thing that I got was something with your husband. Um, and that's very powerful. There's a powerful connection happening right now. And you're being I use the word honored, I guess. Yes. So I think I want the word that I want to use is um, how you're holding yourself and how you're holding your relationship with your husband in esteem, in and that is, there's something about you're being witnessed, and it's rippling. The people who are witnessing you, the divine that is witnessing you, the collective consciousness that is witnessing you, it's being witnessed. So when I talk about that, um, I have no idea what your relationship is with your husband, obviously. Um, and, Facebook pictures don't necessarily tell the whole truth. However, I also know that we don't move forward when how did this want to come through? For those of us, thank you guys. Okay, and now for anybody who is currently in a relationship, take this with a grain of salt, okay? Or a pearl of wisdom, if you will. I know that my relationship with my husband got 100% better when I got into a relationship with myself, when I started to take care of what my needs were. I think I could say that about Gentry. She's just like had this magical world unfold in the last year because of how she's been stepping into taking care of herself. I've witnessed that with other people as well. So it's that relationship that you have fostered about, and you know what? Um, Here come the emotions again. I witness you, Melissa, and your husband, or you specifically, living life because of the things that you've experienced in life. And the emotions come up because I can so feel the energy of Jacob around you and I in this moment, in this space right here. And she sees you and she loves you so much and she loves that you are living life. Wow, I didn't expect that to come through. So thank you. Thank you for being the facilitator of that, Melissa. So there's a message from Jacob for you. That was beautiful. Wow. Wow. What a day. That doesn't necessarily answer your question about what does your I would love information about what your future holds, and it does. On the other hand, it does answer that because you know what? When you are in a relationship with yourself, on one hand, it really doesn't matter what the future holds. But if you go back and you listen to this whole Q&A, you will hear little nuggets of powerful, powerful information in different pieces of this. Um, uh, for Sue Miller, it was that discover who you are. Like, I'm the dragon ally. I'm the inner peace mentor. I'm the galactic shaman. Who is Sue as the artist? So who are you, Melissa? Right? Then there was Sue Senden. It was about, the time. And when I say time, I don't usually say time. I'm more about the space of things. However, I've been doing something for 23 years, but now I'm choosing to have a time frame of only 6 months. So there's something about that energy that's very powerful for you as well. Okay. Wow. Loving this call today. Loving, loving, loving this call. Yeah. Melissa, that is so beautiful. I got to post that. Just hang on a second here. You are so right on. I finally feel seen and appreciating myself, which is being seen in him and others as well. You know what? I used to call myself such horrible, horrible names, and my husband used to be such an asshole, and I rarely swear on these things. However, he doesn't call me things anymore because I don't call myself bad things anymore. You're so powerfully right. And Gentry, what she wrote, we have evolved and he follows, sometimes dragging his feet and sometimes like an excited kid. This is what I'm talking about, you guys. It's the relationship you develop with yourself. So when you're hearing all this stuff, Lisa, do you see what I'm talking about? It's the relationship with yourself first that is so very powerful. Wow. Wow. Thank you, guys. Okay. And Amanda, Gentry first, and then Amanda. Okay. So, any message for Gentry? Bear with me here. 48 minutes in. I just really want to tell you guys too, there's I'm getting so much clearer on my own messaging, and that's super powerful. I don't know what just happened there. Bear with me here. Um, There we go. I don't want that there. I want this to be bigger. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to get loud here. There we go. I'm getting so much. There we go. I lost you there for a minute, and it's easier doing it this other way. So thank you for your patience. Um, Note what I just said. I just said a couple interesting little things. I got lost there. It's about, kind of focusing in. It's about moving things around. That wasn't where I was originally going, but I think it was important to say that. Um, I I have gotten really clear on where I want to go, and I don't know how I'm going to get there. So I am putting things in place. I'll be honest with you. I've hired a new coach. I've stepped into a new membership. I am actively pursuing things. So over these next 3 months, oh, in fact, over these next 2 months, I'm actually going to 4 different conferences, all online conferences, but there are 4 different conferences that I am doing to move myself forward because I am really committed to myself right now. That also means that it's taking away from the days that I would normally do something with my husband. And in this case, I know that that's at least 4 days, possibly 5 or 6 days that I would normally do with him. And that, on one hand, upsets me, but on the other hand, it's like I have an end goal. I am prioritizing right now. I am really prioritizing right now. Go and have a listen to the Soulful Power Call number 37, the one that just went out in the email yesterday. If you're listening to this current time, if you're not listening to it current time and you want that email, let me know. Anyway, it's about prioritizing. It's about what do we want to do, um, and how do we want to get there, right? So taking those moments. So thank you guys. Okay, so um, Gentry's message. Thank you. Okay, so Gentry, you know what? Immediately, I'm getting your backyard. I know that you have posted a picture or two of late. One was out driving, mega snow. I had to go ew at that. And then there was a picture of your backyard. I've stood on your concrete pad with my husband and your husband and you, and looking at your backyard, we felt the dragon energy. That dragon energy wants to be explored. There's something very, very powerful about it. And it's so interesting because I can picture this fence that's down. And of course, remember, you're seeing the reverse on that. So I'm going to verbalize this. When I'm standing where we stood looking at your backyard, that railing down the right side, it's not along there. And it's not by the house on the left hand side, it's more on that left-hand fence, but probably 75% of the way down towards the corner of the yard. There's some dragon energy that is really asking to be looked at, explored. It feels like there's a portal possibly there. Very, very powerful. So cool. So cool. Okay, there you go. There's your message. Okay, and now is there anybody else? I think there was. We revolve gently. Amanda. Okay, going back to Amanda's question. Bear with me here a moment. She wrote it to me privately, so I'll answer as best as I can. Okay. So you're in a situation right now. My heart is telling me one thing. My head is telling me the other. I'm battling, and it has to do with the relationship. Okay, perfect. Okay, so it's so cool because of late I've been hearing it come in from other places, and I personally have been talking about this um, myself. Um, Bear with me here. Gosh, I can't comment over there, so let me just comment over here. I want to make sure that I've got this down here. That way I can give you my undivided attention. Okay, 53 minutes in. Okay, Amanda. Okay, so I've been talking about this for a long time. Humans, I'm going to say humans, especially in North America and likely in a lot of other um, first world type of continents, okay, um, first world type of countries, uh, we are very mind orientated. And I know for myself, when I started to live in my heart, I had to way outbalance my heart energy, meaning that I had to kind of go, mind, get out of the way because I need to find me in this. And so I way overbalance into that. Oh my God, I love everything. Love everything's so incredible. You guys got to do this. You guys got to witness this. You guys got to explore this because I am so in love with this energy of all this. And then I found balance. Okay.
And so know that you have been starting to go through this period of like what I call the honeymoon stage, where you have started to love yourself. It is so important to continue to love yourself, whether the honeymoon stage of that is over or you're still in it. And ultimately, um, ask for balance. Ask your mind to look at different things. So what's coming through is a writing. I'm feeling pen and paper energy for you as well, Amanda. And write down the goods and the bads of that relationship. And then also too, you could balance it out like this: am I staying, am I going? And then another thing that you could do is drop a stay, go piece of papers into a hat, shake it up, pull out one, and if it makes you feel like yes, then you know it's right. If you pull it out and you go, oh, really? Then you know it's wrong. That's the information that's coming through for you with regards to that. Okay. Wow. Okay, you guys, thank you so much. You had me crying, you had me laughing, you had me exploring with the dragon energy. You guys are just absolutely powerhouses. You're magical, and I love each and every one of you. Big things are happening for me. I want you guys along. I don't want you on the outskirts looking in. I want you guys along for the ride. I really want to make that clear. And I'm going to say what I usually do say to you privately. I'm saying it to you all. I see the incredible you in you. I saw the incredible me in me. That's why I'm doing this. I see the incredible you in you. I want you to see the incredible you in you. You know where to find me. I'm right here. Okay. Love you guys. Bye bye.